As the world celebrates Africa Day, voices on the continent are advocating for opening up Africa to its people. Today's Africa Day celebrations are being held at the Constitutional Hill in Johannesburg. Some have called for the African Continental Free Trade Area to be accelerated to bring greater prosperity to the continent. Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali has more.
Initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area has helped the region realize its potential. It aims to create a single market for goods and services, enhancing inter-African trade as well as boosting the economy. It has also significantly reduced the continent's reliance on foreign markets. But for some African traders and businessmen and women, they say that Africa hasn't really realized its full potential. We're standing here with one of the many stalls who are displaying their beautiful garments and images. And may I just tell us a little bit more of doing business as an African, and specifically on Africa Day. What more do you think needs to be done to enhance the way in which we do business?
Okay, firstly, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Africa is a continent that I should say that it's a very rich continent. We are very rich in Africa. And in terms of trade, I strongly feel if our leaders can come together and just have an agreement where we are given the opportunity to trade freely across our continent. It's our continent. We are Africans. We have pride in our continent. This thing of us being restricted to go from one country to the other, using passports, using visas and whatnot, I feel it's very unfair because we are one continent. We need to be doing business right across. I produce in South Africa, I should freely take my product to Senegal, for example, to Malawi, to ever I'm promoting South Africa. We can do it as Africans. We don't need, sorry to say, people like Chinese to come and overtake our content. We can do it. We have the capability to do it. Just our leaders need to come to the party and help us be one continent, one leader and one continent. We can do this. We have the potential. We are rich in Africa. We don't need, yes, investors can come. They can come and invest, but not to take our land. They can invest and promote what we already have. We have so many minerals in this land. We have so many creatives in this continent. We have so much potential. We can put things together. We can do it. We don't need anybody else to take it away from us.
Oh, there we go. Just really speaking there to the reality of what it's like to be a trader in Africa. And in fact, as we walk around the Africa Day Festival, we see that these are the many stalls, things just from, as she was mentioning, natural products, just really coming from the African continent itself. And seeing stalls like this is what should encourage African people to invest not only just into the continent, but the products that should go out of the continent. And really today we've been seeing a lot of people coming together to really try and understand the unique ways in which we can also preserve African creativity. And one of those unique ways would be these very interesting pair of shoes. This is owned by a gentleman called Logical, and he essentially crochets these shoes together, putting it together. In fact, we were watching him put a shoe together now, and we're going to just try and speak to him very quickly as he carries on selling his trade. Logical, thank you for your time. We're speaking just a little bit about getting products like yours out there in Africa. What are just some of the challenges that you face as a businessman?
Hello, sister. My name is Logical. True, sister. The only challenges that we have as a small traders is to access to the outside market. Like now, there's things like shipment cost. So if we have to send the shoes to Nigeria, the only stumbling block would be a shipment cost. So that is the challenge that we have as a small artist or traders.
Just show us a little bit more about your product. If you can, maybe just pick up a shoe and just describe it for us. Yeah.
I have this shoe. This is a hand crocheted shoe. It takes me 2 days to make this pair of shoe. I use polythene rubber sole. These are the pharmaceutical sole. If you have a problem of a spine or you work too much, these are the best sole. This is more than a shoe, it's a piece of art.
Absolutely, and art it absolutely is. I mean, the intricacies of just this threading, it's beautiful. On a day like today, Africa Day, what do you want people to think when they see this type of creation, your work, your craftsmanship, especially when we're celebrating African heritage?
It's true, sister. One thing that I can say we as Africans, we are gifted people. each and every one of us, there is something special within us. If we can look within ourselves, we can find something. That's what I can say to the Africans, because we are the creative people, we are the innovative people. It's just that we need time to look within ourselves and find something.
Well, there you have it, just that kind of creativity that we're seeing here on the African Day Festival. A lot more people streaming in, a lot more performances happening. We will be hearing from artists from across the continent, and really just a celebration of this continent and how far it has come and how far it still has to go. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I'm Veronica Makhoali at Constitutional Hill in Johannesburg.